Mr. Speaker, sir, on the recommendation of the Governor, I beg, sir, to move that a sum not exceeding 78 lakhs, including the sum already voted on account, for the relevant services be granted to the Minister in charge to defray certain charges which will come in the course of payment during the year ending the 31st of March 2024 for the administration of the heads 2047 other fiscal services.
Motion moved. Since there is no cut motion against this grant, let me put the question before the House. The question is that grant number 12 be passed. Those who are for the motion say aye. Aye. Those who are against say no. The ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is carried and grant number 12 is passed. We will now take up grant number 13. Sri Alexander Lalu Hek, Minister in charge, to move please.
Honorable Speaker, sir, on the recommendations of the Governor, I beg, sir, to move that the sum not exceeding 141 crore 10 lakhs, including the sum already voted on account for the relevant services, be granted to the Minister in charge to defray certain charges which will come in the course of payment during the year ending 31st March 2024 for the administrations of the heads 2013 Councils of Ministers, 2052 Secretariat General Services, 2251 Secretariat Social Services, 3451 Secretariat Economic Services.
Motion moved. Since there is no cut motion against this grant, let me put the question before the House. The question is that grant number 13 be passed. Those who are for the motion say aye. Aye. Those who are against say no. The ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is carried and grant number 13 is passed. Now we will take up grant number 14. Sri Conrad K. Sangma, Chief Minister in charge, to move please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, on the recommendation of the Governor, I beg, sir, to move that a sum not exceeding 81 crores 39 lakhs 56,000, including the sum already voted on account, for the relevant services be granted to the Minister in charge to defray certain charges which will come in the course of payment during the year ending the 31st of March 2024 for the administration of the heads 2053 District Administration, 2070 other administrative services.
Motion moved. Since there is no cut motion against this grant, let me put the question before the House. The question is that grant number 14 be passed. Those who are for the motion say aye. Aye. Those who are against say no. The ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is carried and grant number 14 is passed. Now we will take up grant number 15. Sri Conrad K. Sangma, Chief Minister in charge, to move please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, on the recommendation of the Governor, I beg, sir, to move that a sum not exceeding 59 crores 64 lakhs, including the sum already voted on account for the relevant services, be granted to the Minister in charge to defray certain charges which will come in the course of payment during the year ending the 31st of March 2024 for the administration of the heads 2054 Treasury and Accounts Administration.
Motion moved. Since there is no cut motion against this grant, let me put the question before the House. The question is that grant number 15 be passed. Those who are for the motion say aye. Aye. Those who are against say no. The ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is carried and grant number 15 is passed. Now we will take up grant number 16. Sri Preston Trisong, Deputy Chief Minister in charge, to move please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, on the recommendation of the Governor, I beg, sir, to move that a sum not exceeding 1,285 crores 43,000, including the sum already voted on account for the relevant services, be granted to the Minister in charge to defray certain charges which will come in the course of payment during the year ending 31st March 2024 for the administration of the head 2055 Police, 2070 other administrative services, 2216 Housing, 4055 Capital Outlay on Police.
Motion moved. Now there is one cut motion against this grant tabled jointly by Sri Arden M. Basamoy, MLA, and Dr. Celestine Lingdo, MLA. Anyone may kindly move.
Sir, I beg to move that the total provision of 1,285 crores 43,000 under the grant number 16 major head 2055 police at page 172 of budget be reduced to rupees 1. that is the amount of the whole grant of rupees 1,285 crore 42,000 do stand reduced to rupees 1.
Motion moved. Now you may initiate discussion.
Sir, I would like to thank you for allowing me to move this motion. Sir, before I proceed with my submission, in fact, I would like to place on record that I would like to express my heartfelt thanks and gratitude to the Honorable Chief Minister for having pleased to recognize my absence yesterday and did not recognize the absence of his own minister. Sir, we are given 10 minutes in the budget discussion, and we are being given 10 minutes in the debate on the governor address, and we are expected to stay put in one place for more than 3 hours. I think that is not fair. So, sir, coming to the court motion that we have submitted, we would like to discuss the style and functioning of police department. So, it is very sad indeed that the image of the police department is in a very poor light. Remarks from the Honorable High Court every time about the failure of the police department to work or to carry out its work has really been a matter of concern for each one of us. Sir, we have seen and we have just heard what our honorable member from Umsning, Dr. Celestin Lingdor, that in Meghalaya we have another tribe. We fail to understand as to why the police could not see the movement of coal-laden trucks and can manage to nab the drugs trafficker. So, we would like to know who is responsible for this poor image of the police department. We know that the police department is one of the most important machinery, and without the police department, the government cannot maintain law and order. The government cannot regulate traffic movement. The government cannot provide security to its citizens. The government cannot tackle crimes. But, sir, the question is, why is the police department is in this present state of affairs, where no one seems to have faith in the police department? Sometimes I feel it is too much on the part of the people to blame the police personnel only. The government will try to run away from responsibility. The government will try to find a way how to shake away from the responsibility. And the government is not at all concerned about the problem faced by the police department. So, it is like applying salt to the wound, sir, to see that the Honorable High Court had expressed its loss of confidence on the performance of the state police and therefore asked for the CISF to be replaced in the state of Meghalaya as far as the checking of illegal coal transportation in the state is concerned. So my question is whether this CSIF will really come to the state or not. And if they come, what will be the responsibility of the state police? So, to blame the police personnel for all the failure is not right, sir. We remember that our state police department, the performance, how this department neutralized the militancy in the state when the dreaded HNLC and ANBC were at its peak. So how can we believe that the same police force who can neutralize these dreaded militants in the state and are responsible for bringing back normalcy to the state of Meghalaya will not be able to arrest the former General Secretary of the HNLC alive, especially when he was at his sick bed, sir. Sir, according to the observation of the retired Justice T. Vaifei, and in his report submitted and even placed before the House, he observed, sir, that his finding is that the tactical team 1 in carrying out the operation to arrest the deceased at his residence on August 13, 2021 at about 3 a.m. was culpable of thoughtless and excessive use of force, which resulted in the death of the deceased, late Chesterfield. Thank you. Sir, further he said that in his considered view, the post facto excuse that none but the deceased was hurt cannot be a valid justification for carrying out the operation hastily and in a reckless manner by the tactical team 1. So I am sure that if the police department is given a free hand to deal with this specific case, the former General Secretary of the HLC would have been caught alive, because I have the trust in the police personnel of the state. However, sir, due to the excessive interference on the part of the political master, police personnel are not given a chance to deal with the case independently. Sir, the people of Meghalaya, the family members of late Chesterfield, till today, they are still awaiting for justice. You have tabled the report on the floor of the House. What action has been taken as a following up to the report? Sir, I don't have any doubt that the police of Meghalaya can deal with this issue easily. They have received medals after medals for their excellent performance. And who will believe that the police will not be able to arrest late Chesterfield, thank you, alive? Who gave the order to eliminate late Chesterfield, thank you? I am sure that no police personnel will have the courage to kill a person if there is no order given to that police person. So may I request the government in this particular case not to find a scapegoat, a small chap to fix the responsibility. I can say that this is the complete failure on the part of those who are at the helm of affairs. Those who are at the helm of affairs must take the responsibility. If the government cannot come out clean on this issue, remember that the blood is in the hands of MDA-1. You have to come out clean. And in the process of coming out clean, I don't want that you will find a scapegoat by trying to fix the responsibility on this, fix the responsibility to the people who are supposed to simply obey the orders of the government. Sir, we have seen in the statement of the Chief Minister while addressing the House on the budgets that the government speaks about the modernization of the police department. We are yet to see how the state police will work under that plan, sir. Because, sir, we have seen the misusing of police personnel by members belonging to the ruling side, where one minister, one member belonging to the ruling side will manage to have 15, 16 police personnel. Therefore, denying the right of the people of the state to get the best service from the police department. Sir, I want to be specific in my cut motion, so I would like to therefore ask a clarification from the Honorable Minister in charge Home. Who is responsible and who gave the order to eliminate late Sheriff Thank You on that day, and whether the government will own the responsibility for its failure to arrest late Sheriff Thank You alive. And I would also like to know from the Honorable Minister in charge Home, when will the people of Meghalaya, when will the family members of late Sheriff Thank You get justice? So with these few words, sir, I resume my seat.
Be brief in your statement and be specific, since this is a cut motion.
We will try, sir. Thank you for allowing me to participate in this cut motion that has been brought by Honorable MLA Shri Arden Basayamoit. It is brought jointly with me, of course. So when we talk about the police, the men in uniform, enough has been said. Beyond their inability to do policing on the new tribe, if we look at the police force as a team, they are doing a wonderful work. Be it maintaining the traffic in our streets, be it doing duties at odd hours, and any requirements that the state require out of them. The only pity is that they are not allowed to be efficient in certain areas. So my humble appeal is to whoever ties them down, my earnest appeal is, please set them free. Let the police do their work that they are meant to do. And in adding to that, I would like to bring one serious concern of this group. All these years, the police force, the men and women in uniform, have been duly compensated for all the hard works, for all the holidays forgone, by being compensated with 1 month's basic pay in a year. But what we have learned now is that even though they have given a lot of sacrifices for their holidays forgone, they are only paid a meager sum of around 5,000, if I'm not mistaken, for 1 year. 5,000 for all the hard work that they do, I feel is an insult. If we compare staffs, officers who are in offices, staffs doing clerical kind of jobs, every Saturday is holiday, every Sunday is a holiday, every designated holidays is holiday. But all these three lists are not included for our men in uniforms. So my appeal here through you, sir, to the Honorable Home Minister in charge, police, to see into their grievances. At least let us acknowledge the hard work, the sacrifices that they have made, and let us compensate them, commensurating with the sacrifices that they have made. Let us not insult them. And my last appeal again is, set our police force free and let them do their job. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Any other member? If there is no other member to participate, may I request Deputy Chief Minister in charge to reply, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, at the outset, I would like to take this opportunity to thank the honorable members, Shri Aden Basamoit, MLA from Nongkaram Swansea, and Dr. C. Lengdo, honorable MLA from Umsning, who jointly moved this motion in this August House to discuss the style and functioning of police department. Sir, before I touch the points raised by the honorable members who moved this motion, I would like to read the historical background of the police force. Sir, Meghalaya Police, which is the sentinels of law in the state, has been pivotal in bringing about peace, prosperity and progress in the abode of clouds. Throughout the 50 years journey of the state, Meghalaya Police has overcome the challenges of insurgency, agitations, riots, heinous criminal activities, border conflicts and many other things. The valor and courage exhibited by the officials of the department while tackling these challenges has not only received conferment of distinguishable awards from the state government, but has also received nationwide recognition. The police department is headed by an officer of the rank of Director General of Police, and under his command and control are several other police officers of the rank of IGP, DIGs, SPs, commandants, holding charge of various officers. Sir, as on 31st January 2023, the actual strength of Meghalaya Police is 14,081. The police department is broadly divided into police ranges, district executive force, battalions and various other units. At present there are two ranges which are Eastern and Western Range, headed by an officer of the rank of DIG. 12 district executive force which are headed by an officer of the rank of Superintendent of Police, 7 battalions including the elite unit Special Force 10 which are headed by a commandant. There are 7 units within the police department which are the Special Branch, Crime Investigation Department, Directorate of Anti-Infiltration, Fire and Emergency Services, Police Training School, Meghalaya Police Academy, Meghalaya Police Radio Organization and the Law and Order Branch. Sir, the district executive forces, battalion and units perform specific functions as mandated by the Meghalaya Police Act 2010, which came into force in the month of February 2010. Sir, coming to the functions and duties of the district executive force, it is imperative to elaborate that
Excuse me, sir, point of order. So, sir, since we have very limited time, may I request the...
Mr. Speaker, Deputy Speaker, sir, the point of order, the rule, specifically has to mention under what rule the point of order is being brought in. So, point of order cannot be just brought in randomly. So, the honourable member may specifically state what the point of order is, which rule, under which rule, sir.
So, point of order, the rule 300, sir, is a point of order.
So, the point of order rule says that a member cannot raise a point of order for an explanation of his position or other aspects. It has to be a point of order shall relate to the interpretation or enforcement of these rules or such articles of the Constitution as to regulate the House, sir. So, which particular rule is he referring to, is what I'm saying, sir.
So, my request is that since the time is limited,
sir, point of order cannot be based on requests, is what I'm trying to say. So, there are rules to be followed. One member cannot just simply get up and put a point of order.
Sir,
let the point of order be based on the rules, sir.
Besides the
so, you cannot just get up and ask for explanation on point of order, sir. That's my point. You're completely making a mockery out of the system, sir.
No, we are not.
They're saying that the rules should be followed and they're not following the rules
also, sir, please.
So, let him give a point of order.
Go by tradition and convention also. I've been in this house, sir, for 10 years.
Sir, the rules are clear.
Go by the rules.
A point of order shall relate to interpretation of or enforcement of a rule, sir.
Please allow
Sir, coming to the functions and duties of the district executive force, it is imperative to elaborate that the district executive force is divided into 2 main divisions, which are the unarmed branch and the armed branch. Sir, the unarmed branch deals mainly with investigation of cases, regulation and management of traffic, and ensuring smooth functioning of police station, police outposts, and beat houses. Whereas the armed branch deals specifically with maintaining of peace and tranquility, ensuring safety and security of the people, protecting life and properties of the common citizen. Sir, within the district executive force, there are several other branches or sub-offices such as the district special branch, the crime branch, reserve office, motor transport office, quartermaster office, and regional branch. Furthermore, sir, within these 12 district executive forces, there are 78 police stations, including 2 crime branch police stations, 40 police outposts, 7 border outposts, and 7 beat houses, and each of these police units are manned by an officer of the rank of police inspector or sub-inspector. Sir, across these police stations, 2,942 cases were registered in the year 2022 alone, and 1,442 cases have been charge sheeted within the same year. Sir, as mentioned earlier, there are 7 battalions within the state, out of which 2 battalions are state armed police battalions, which are the first MLP battalion having its headquarters at Maoyong, and the second MLP battalion having its headquarters at Gorgare. 4 battalions of the state are also known as Indian Reserve Battalions, and these are the 3rd MLP Battalion, Samseng, 4th MLP Battalion, Sopian, 5th MLP Battalion, Samanda, and the 6th MLP Battalion, Umran. At present, the officials of the 4th MLP Battalion, Sopian, are performing duties in the national capital. Sir, the duties performed by the officials of the battalions are mainly to fight counter-insurgency in the state, maintaining of law and order, securing of government properties and important establishments in the state. Sir, these battalions also functions as training institutes, conducting basic training for new recruits and in-service trainings for officials of the department. Sir, moving on to the special branch deals with collation and dissemination of matters of public and political importance. The branch also deals with providing security to dignitaries, internal security matters, counter-terrorism, safeguarding of vital installations, bomb detection and disposal, and dealing with matters relating to the interstate border. The branch is not only the backbone of the police department, but also of the government machinery. Sir, coming to another specialized unit of the department, which is the Crime Investigation Department, it is worth mentioning that CID organization is headed by an officer of the rank of Superintendent of Police. CID has several important wings under its jurisdiction, and these are the NDPS cell, Women's Cell, Fingerprint Bureau, State Forensic Science Laboratory, Economic Offence Wing, Anti-Corruption Bureau, K9 Unit, State Crime Records Bureau, and the Cybercrime Wing. So these various wings and cells of the Crime Investigation Department perform specific functions such as investigation and supervision of cases relating to drugs, crime against women and children, cybercrime offences, cases relating to economic offences and corruption. So in addition to these functions, the other branches such as Forensic Science Laboratory examines biological, physical, chemical and document exhibit forwarded by investigating officers and render expert opinions which are admissible in the court. Sir, the Fingerprint Bureau not only examines exhibits...
Under Rule 300, I would like to raise a point of order, sir. So, according to Rule 157, sir, time limit for disposal of financial business, sir. In addition to the power exercisable under these rules, the Speaker may exercise all such powers as are necessary for the purpose of the timely completion of all financial business, including allotment of time for the disposal of various kinds of such business, and where time is so allotted, he shall at the appointed hour put every question necessary to dispose of all the outstanding matters in connection with the stage or stages for which time has been allotted. So I think, sir, if we understand the timing is too limited. We have some other cut motions. So may I request, sir, the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister to be specific on the question that we have raised.
Sir, but see, I think it is good that I read out all the backgrounds, the history of the police forces, because that is very important. Especially this is the first constituted house where I think everybody needs to know. So therefore, sir, allow me to detail and also to read out all these details. This is not only for the benefit of one or two persons, but it is for the benefit of the members of this house.
So if the minister in the replies to the cut motions will read 15 pages, where are the queries raises only 1 or 2 or 3, I think we are wasting the time of the house, sir.
Sir, I think when I reply, not only to the movers alone, but the reply should also be for the interest of all the honorable members of this august house. That's why, sir, being the first constituted house, I would like to read out all this. But in case, sir, if suppose honorable members, the movers, says that we don't need that, then I'll just lay it on the floor of the house. And this may also be kindly, ultimately withdraw your court motion. Then I will just lay it on the floor of the house, if that is agreeable, sir.
Sir,
Anyway,
Excuse
the
me,
mover
sir.
after motions wants that it should be a little bit brief. So kindly.
excuse me, sir. Let me remind the Honorable Minister, the points raised by Arden is in relation to the Chesterfield case. Thank you.
Sir, from the...
And the points
right-
raised by me is only about the compensation to
Sir.
the holidays foregone for the police. So we don't need to know all the histories and all those 15 pages of the write-ups.
Sir.
We request the minister to come
Sir.
specific to the points that we raise. The
Sir.
idea is to save the time of the house so that we can go to many other important cut motions that are still following this.
Sir, right from the opening remarks, I've already clearly said, let me read out the background of the police force in the state of Meghalaya, and then I will also come to those points raised by the honorable members. But it seems the honorable members cannot wait in a longer for days. So if possible, sir, let me place it on the table of the House with a request then that the honorable members of the court motion may kindly be withdrawn, sir.
Sir, I think you can lay that in the table of the House after having clarified the points that we have raised. Then we can discuss about the withdrawal of the court motion.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, because this is also part of my reply. It is part of my reply, so why don't you allow me to complete this?
You can complete your reply with a...
You know, sir, because see, by debating like this, no, it ends
try to be a
nowhere.
little bit
And we are killing time unnecessarily, sir. We are, we are killing time unnecessarily.
Sir.
So by this time, I would have already completed one page of reading.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, whenever we speak,
See, there
you
is-
always
as you
remind
said-
us that the time is very short, make it short, make it short. So when the reply come also, we request that ministers will be brief, not depending on those 15 pages that have been pre-typed.
Sir, in fact, it is better
Try to be
that the
little bit
honorable
brief.
members, they get more than what they want. I think that is the blessing in this house. If they get more than what they want, nothing like it. In fact, nothing like it. Well, sir, then let me come to the
Excuse
issue.
me, sir, we do not want more than what we want.
We ask.
We only want what we requested.
Anyway, let the minister continue his reply with a... I
Request is
request
to
him
be
little
brief.
bit
The request here is
Sir.
to be brief, sir.
Mr.
I
Deputy
have
Speaker,
already
sir.
requested him to-
Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir. Sir, questions are very simple to ask, because you can ask a question, what is the ECD mission? But then to explain what the ECD mission is and why we're doing it, it requires detailed explanation. So obviously, sir, the answers will always be longer, because you have to give the context of where the discussion is happening, what happened in the past, how the situation happened, what are the limitations. You'll have to explain, sir, because the people want to know. And therefore, the honorable members would like to know. But then to explain a particular point, the circumstances and the background has to be given, sir. And therefore, it is necessary for the minister to give the background of the entire situation. And therefore, it's not so simple as to just simply ask a question, why? Because when you say why, then you have to give the entire background of what this. That's when you'll understand and you'll be able to put that particular aspect of that question into context, sir. So therefore, to put it into context, there is no other way but to explain every aspect of this thing. Then you'll understand, because this is a sensitive topic. And hence, the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister is doing the right thing by giving the background. Once you understand the background, then in the context of the background, you'll be able to understand the reply better. So the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister is doing the right thing, sir. But of course, sir, I leave the decision to your wisdom, sir.
Minister concerned to continue his reply, but little bit brief his reply.
So no, sir, Mr. Deputy Speaker, I get confused, but okay, let me not read out then the history and in fact the generic of the police department as a whole. So coming back to the issues raised by the honorable movers, by Aden Basaumoy. Number one is he relates to the statement made by the honorable member Dr. Silengdo that one more tribe was created, and he mentioned that high-level committee tribe. So, as a responsible elected members of this August House, I never expected such a statement to be made. If only you can produce the documentary proof, nothing like it, sir. But just for the hearsay, for the interest of speaking, I think that is totally wrong. So we don't accept, government does not at all accept this kind of statement made by the honorable member that we need to create one more tribes in Meghalaya. Honorable member from Nongkremsa, he raised that the police force in fact are very capable enough handling the issues of law and order or any criminal activities that has happened in the state of Meghalaya. They are doing well, and he mentioned that the only point where they fail is because somebody or maybe the political masters seems to be controlling everything for the duty of right or for the duty of wrong. Let me clarify here, sir. The government at any point of time has given full free hand to the police force to handle things, be it criminal issues, be it law and order issues, or be it any issues relating to safety, security of the people of the state. The government never interfere that at any point of time. And they are really capable. So whatever you say, they are really capable. I think it reflects the statement made by the honorable member from Nongkrem relating to, again, the statement made by the honorable member from Umsning high-level committee. Sir, this word high-level committee is always in the market, and at that point of time, when the MDA-1 was there, being the spokesperson of the government, I keep clarifying myself by saying, why don't you bring the members of that committee, or why not file FIR against that so-called high-level committee members, if there is any. But it seems ultimately it's just like a political speech. At the end of the day happens. So, sir, I would like to say the police force in Meghalaya are handling the duties very, very well, no doubt about it. And as far as the case that arrest of late Cherish Thankhiu is concerned, sir, in fact, everything has been already laid on the table of the House, along with the action taken report from the government, and I would like to update, since the honorable member wanted to know the status of this instance subject. Sir, the government has already issued explanation call to the concerned team, and number two, now we just received the explanation call just few weeks back, and now the government will examine in detail what is next to be done, what action should be taken. As of now, I cannot say anything on that, sir. But it is not that we want to delay things to happen. But let me assure the honorable members and this August House, the members of this August House, that the pending issue, as already recommended by the inquiry commission, government will take action accordingly. That as of now, this is the issue where I would like to clarify, which is also asked by the honorable member from Nongkren constituency, Aden Basaomoy. And relating to CISF, the order of the Honorable High Court, sir, let me clarify. As far as the performance of the state police force, we are capable enough. We can do it, but I will not talk much about the Honorable High Court ruling. So let us see, but let me assure this August House that our police force are equipped enough to handle things in the state of Meghalaya. Then the point raised by the honorable member from Umsning, Dr. Selingdok, relating to the grievances of the police personnel. Sir, I think the point is very, very valid, where these issues of grievances of the police personnel, be it male or female, I would like to assure the honourable member, the mover of this motion, I will examine, I will go through all this, and we would like to also boost up, in fact, the moral of the police force in the state of Meghalaya. And as far as modernization, sir, yes, very soon after this budget session, myself and my team will meet the Government of India, Ministry of Home Affairs, to also discuss more important modernization which needs to be improved in the police forces, be it traffic issue, be it criminal issue, be it any other issues, that I would like to assure the honorable members of this August House that we will discuss this with the Ministry of Home Affairs. So, sir, I think with this few clarifications I made as far as these issues raised by the honorable movers, both Aden Basamoit and Dr. Selingdok, I would like to, before I take my seat, sir, I would like to request to both of them to kindly withdraw their motion so that we can pass this demand of grant for the interest of the police forces in the state of Meghalaya.
Thank you. Now, may I know the minds of the movers? Whether he would like to withdraw his cut motion? No?
Sir, I don't think that the minister has been able to satisfy, and his reply is not satisfactory, sir, because my question is very specific when it comes to the killing of late Chesterfield. Thank you. Who gave the order for the execution of late Shiristofield. Thank you. That is very specific, sir. Under whose instruction that these police personnel resort to killing the former General Secretary of the HNLC, sir?
Sir, that's what I've explained. See, stage by stage. That's what we already issue explanation call to that team. So right now I cannot say anything who has given the order or from where the order comes from until unless we go through all the explanation call which we already issued just few months back, sir.
So may I know the minds of the movement?
So, sir, may I know from the Honorable Deputy Chief Minister, in that case, what was the original plan? Whether the plan of the government is to arrest this fellow alive or to find a way how to eliminate him?
Sir, yes, sir, very clear. It is to arrest. Because I think, sir, let us not forget one thing. Since the report was already placed on the table of the House and it became also a public domain, let us read out line by line. We should not only read for that portion who committed this. I think we need to go holistically. Then we will understand the gravity of the case. Why it happened, how it happened, what is going to happen. I think that is the whole idea where we need to. But of course, what I do understand from the honourable members, his concern is whether the government, when they send the operation team, is it for killing or is it for arresting? Surely, sir, it is for arresting.
So I think as a responsible member, when we raise the issue, we just don't pick up the line that we want to raise. We have gone through the report, and this is not a case where we encounter a militant in a forest or somewhere. It is a case where a person is lying on his bed, and unfortunately that person was not caught alive and was killed. So it is very simple, sir.
Minister has replied that the report is already there, and then they will study, the government will study the report and find out the person who is responsible leading to the killings of the former General Secretary of the HNLC. That's what you have said. So may I know your mind whether you would like to withdraw your cut motion or not?
No, sir.
Since the mover is not willing to withdraw his cut motion, I will now put a question before the House. The question is that the cut motion be adopted. Those who are in favor say aye. Those who are against say no. I repeat, since the mover is not willing to withdraw his cut motion, I will now put the question before the House. The question is that the cut motion be adopted. Those who are in favor say aye. Those who are against say no. No say bit, no say bit, and the cut motion is rejected. Now we'll now take up ground number 17. And now let me put the question before the House. The question is that the grant number 16 be passed. Those who are for the motion say aye. Those who are against say no. I say it, and the motion is carried and the grant number 16 is passed. Now we'll take up grant number 17. Sri Snow Volunteer, Minister in charge, to move, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, on the recommendation of the Governor, I beg, sir, to move that a sum not exceeding rupees 26 crores 64 lakhs, including the sum already voted on account for relevant services, but be granted to the Minister in charge to defray certain charges, which will come in the course of payment in the year ending 31st March 2024 for administrations of the heads 2056 jail.
Motion moved. Since there is no cut motions against this grant, let me put the question before the House. The question is that grant number 17 be passed. Those who are for the motion say aye. Those who are against say no. I have it, and the motion is carried and grant number 17 is passed. Now we will take up grant number 18. Sri Alexander Lalu Hang, Minister in charge, to move, please.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, sir, on the recommendation of the Governor, I beg, sir, to move that a sum not exceeding rupees 37 crore 57 lakhs, including the sum already voted on account for the relevant services, be granted to the Minister in charge to defray certain charges which will come at the cost of payment during the year ending 31st March 2024 for the administrations of the heads 2058 stationery and printing, 4058 capital outlay on stationery and printing, sir.
Motion moved. Since there is no cut motions against this grant, let me put the question before the House. The question is that grant number 18 be passed. Those who are for the motion say aye. Those who are against say no. I have it, and the motion is carried and the grant number 18 is passed. We will now take up grant number 19. Sri Preston Chansong, Deputy Chief Minister in charge, to move, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, on the recommendation of the Governor, I beg, sir, to move that sum not exceeding 171 crores 94 lakh 75,000, including the sum already voted on account for the relevant services, be granted to the Minister in charge to defray certain charges which will come in the course of payment during the year ending 31st March 2024 for administration of the heads 2052 Secretariat General Services, 2059 Public Works, 2216 Housing, 4059 Capital Outlay on Public Works, 4202 Capital Outlay on Education, Sports, Arts and Culture, 4216 Capital Outlay on Housing, 5465 Investment in General Financial and Trading Institutions.
Motion moved. Since there is no cut motions against this grant, let me put the question before the House. The question is that grant number 19 be passed. Those who are for the motion say aye. Those who are against say no. The ayes have it, and the motion is carried and the grant number 19 is passed. Now we will take up grant number 20. Sri Coming Born, Young Born, Minister in charge, to move, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, on the recommendation of the Governor, I beg, sir, to move that sum not exceeding Rs 53 crores 77 lakhs, including the sums already voted in account for the relevant services, be granted to the Minister in charge to defray certain charges which will come in the course of payment during the year ending the 31st March 2024 for administration of the head 2070 Order Administrative Services. So.
Motion moved. Since there is no cut motions against this grant, let me put the question before the House. The question is that grant number 20 be passed. Those who are for the motion say aye. Those who are against say no. Ayes have it. Motion is carried and the grant number 20 is passed. We will now take up grant number 21. Sri Rakam A. Sangma, Minister in charge, to move, please.
Speaker, sir, on the recommendation of the Governor, I beg, sir, to move that the sum not exceeding 2,884 crore 55 lakhs 37,000, including the sum already voted on account for the relevant services, be granted to the Minister in charge to defray certain charges which will come in the course of payment during the year ending 31st March 2024 for the administration of the heads 2202 General Education, 2203 Technical Education, 2204 Sports and Youth Services, 2552 Northeastern Areas, 4202 Capital Outlay on Education, Sports, Art and Culture.
Motion moved. Now there is court motion against this grant, tabled by Sri Charles Marangal, MLA. May I request Charles Marangal, MLA, to move, please.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the total provision of 28,084 crores, 28,084 crores and 55 lakh 37,000 under the grant number 21, Major Head 2,202, General Education at page 263321 of budget be reduced to rupee 1. That is the amount of the whole grant of 28 crores 84 crores 55 lakh 37,000 do stand reduced to rupee 1.
Motion moved. You may initiate your discussion now.
Thank you so much, Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir. I have a very short discussion regarding the general education. In continuation to what I brought in the House yesterday, in the budget general discussion regarding the DCRG of the deficit teachers, I humbly request the Minister in charge to allocate more funds so as to enable paying the recommended amount of rupees 10 lakhs as per the 5th Pay Commission to the deficit teachers. Since the reply from the Honorable Chief Minister yesterday is to examine this matter seriously, I request the Honorable Minister in charge, Education, that the examination procedure should be done at the earliest. Mr. Deputy Speaker, sir, I've given a very short discussion regarding this DCRG for the deficit teachers, and I will be very happy if the Honorable Minister in charge will reply very short in this matter. Thank you.
Yeah. Saleh Esam.
Would also like to take part in this general discussion. Card motion, both by Charles Mangna and Sir, I don't have much issues, but I would like to apprise a few points. Sir, as I've already asked during the questionnaire regarding the appointment of teachers, there are several schools, government higher secondary schools. We are not having the maths teachers, science teachers, like that. So if those can be attended at the earliest, otherwise how do we supposed to expect the students to give us a good result? Last year also the result, especially in the board, it was we have got one of the the lowest in the country. So if I may put this particular issues before the MLA. And another issue, one of the biggest challenges that we are having is that every now and then we are having the new curriculum. And then, like in Tura, we don't have the bookstore. The students, they are suffering to even get the subject that they are being given, even to buy the books also. We don't have the proper book room. Okay. Even in Tura also we don't have the proper book room. We don't have the proper book room in William Nagar also. We don't have a proper book room in Baghmara. So likewise, there are lots of schools, new schools that has come out, but yet the students doesn't have the, sometimes doesn't even have the capacity to get the book also. So therefore, if those can be, those things can be arranged properly. Therefore, these are the, failing of emerging patterns and then uncertainty about the host, the administration itself. So therefore, the complexity of the schools are always getting blindsided as a practical matter. Therefore, these are the cyclical and structural changes which are fundamental. Therefore, it's vital to create the necessity and the value to our children. and our youths. Therefore, to you, Mr. Speaker, sir, I would like to request kindly arrange a consensus at the lowest possible level so that every town, every villages will definitely have the required subject, the required books in every school and town. And therefore, I would like to request, since our minister is very new, at least I want him to be sincere and reverently commit to the cause of this particular, to our youth, to this education department. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Mr. Speaker, sir, there's one point that I would like to add regarding those who cook for the midday meal. You know, they get only 1,000 monthly, and sometimes they are not being paid every month. So I wish the government, through you, sir, the Speaker, sir, that the minister in charge to take note, and this to increase from 1,000 and pay them regularly. That's my suggestion, sir. Thank you. Yes, Basome, please.
Sir, I would also like to participate in this motion. However, I have just one submission to the Honorable Minister in charge of Education, and that is regarding the physical education in the state, because we know that there are many youths who have passed out the physical education course, and this can be implemented in the school, where each school must appoint a physical education teacher. If we really want to promote health, it must start from the school level, sir. Because till today, I was informed that the government is not appointing qualified physical education teacher in the school. So may the government consider this as one of the most important subject in the school.
Yes, Roni Bilingdo, please.
Sir, I'd also like to participate in this cut motion brought by Honorable Member from Mahati. I also just have one or two submissions, sir, to request the government and the Honorable Minister. Sir, I've stated in my earlier discussion in the House two questions and motion. Sir, in Apashilong, we do not have any community college. So, sir, I would request the government if we can set up one community college providing science, commerce courses that will help, sir. We were talking about congestion, the Honorable Chief Minister taking steps to ease the congestion in Shillong City and other urban areas of the state. Sir, if we can open more colleges in the suburban areas of the state, I think, sir, this will go a long way in easing the congestion, and of course, sir, bringing education closer to the students. Because I think, sir, one of the reasons for us having one of the highest percentages school dropout at the school or college level, sir, is because sometimes the parents cannot afford to send their children to urban centers to continue with their studies. So if this can be looked into, sir, this will ensure that we decrease the number of school dropouts at the school college level, and then of course we ease the financial burden that are being faced by the parents to bear the cost of transportation to go to urban centers to pursue their studies. If the government can look into this, it will go a long way in providing education as close as possible to the students, and of course ease the financial burden that the parents have to go through to ensure that the children get education. If, sir, this can be looked into, and not only talking only about Malin, even other suburban areas, sir, this will go a long, long way, sir, in helping the state give quality education. And of course, sir, we've been facing this problem of shortages of professional people. For example, the medical, engineering, science. So if these can be looked into, sir, I think we can address in the long term these issues that we are facing of having shortage of professionals to man our developmental activities. These are only my submissions, sir, in this motion. Thank you, sir.
I will now call the Minister for reply, please.
Speaker, sir. First of all, I would like to extend my thanks to Salas Mauna, Honorable MLA of Mawati, and all other honorable members who have participated and raised their concern on the subject for the interests of our state. Sir, my reply may be long because it is 45 phases, fall short of 50. So I think, but I will try to be very, very short. Sir, if we look back the history of our state, we are just 181 years old of system of education. When Reverend Thomas Jones came to East Church and proposed for Khasi alphabet, and only in 1903 for Garo alphabet in Gaddas. We are just 181 year old, the education system. We are very, very young. But in this just 180 years, 81 year old, sir, the way that we have merged, the way we have progressed is tremendous. So it is because of our founders, our forefathers, and our American missionary. So we are how we are and what we are today. So, Speaker, I'd like to highlight the style and functioning of the education department to some extent for the benefit of each and everyone of this house, and also to share the opportunity and challenge that the department is encountering in the day-to-day administration. The members of this house are fully aware that the education is an important priority subject matter of the state government. But I also inform this August House that education is also a very complex matter, coupled with many challenges and issues which is a major concern to the state government. So the overall administration of education department is subdivided into 3 directorates, namely the Directorate of Education and Literacy, Directorate of Higher and Technical Education, and Directorate of Education, Research and Training, and 1 Board of School Education. The basic function of this department is to bring overall improvement in the quality of life of the people and to create conducive and healthy environment for the students to attain higher level of learning and knowledge by improving in infrastructure, quality aspect of education, and providing all essential facilities to the school, higher education, and impetus on research and development. So, Speaker, the members of this August House is fully aware that there are too many categories of schools and different categories of teachers getting their different salary structure in our state. So, number 1, government schools is fully funded by the government with all facilities due to government employees. Number 2, sir, deficit school, which is our honorable member has raised. Teaching and non-teaching get scale of pay at per with government teacher, with no pension facilities as of now, but with dear come retirement with teacher and CPF facility at the rate of 8% of the basic pay per head per month. So in this regard, has it come up to us on this point? So deficit patterns. Teaching and non-teaching get salary, scale of pay, but with only 1 basic and DA and no other allowance facility. So ad hoc school, number 4. Teaching staff get a lump sum amount at the rate of Rs 20,000 per head as a salary at present. Number 5, sir, school receiving science grant. These are the schools which receive science grant at the rate of Rs 22,000 per month per head only for the science teacher of that particular school. Number 6, sir, Hindi grant in 8 school. Teachers get a lump sum at the rate of Rs 20,000 per head as a salary at present. SSA Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan, funded by the Government of India and the state government on the setting pattern of 90% is to 10%. Purely private school. These schools are fully managed and funded by private organization and trusts. So that's it. I must also mention that many of the schools, especially in rural areas, do not have adequate buildings, infrastructure like furniture, labs, library, a playground, etc. And yet to receive electricity, drinking water, approach road, internet connectivity, and many more as such. Payment of regular salary to all category of teachers except government teacher is a major concern for the department. So, department is aware of the vacancies in all the different categories, including SSA, and government is taking serious measure to address the matter. Sir, Speaker, keeping in view of the above issues and challenges, the department has come up with various measures for overall improvement in the education sector, such as taking strong consideration of the problem of teachers and improving their welfare. State government has taken a huge step in enhancing the salary of ad hoc teachers, and I would like to inform that the government of India has released the SSA second installment amounting to Rs 108.20 crore, which can be utilized for the payment of salary of SSA teacher. So, the state government has categorically asserted that the education is in topmost priority sector, and it concerns that the existing physical infrastructure in most schools are in dilapidated condition and require immediate improvement. Sir, a structured approach was undertaken to address indicator pertaining to key gaps and was documented under the school education infrastructure upgradation in 2022. So, under the able guidance of our Honorable Chief Minister and our Honorable former Education Minister during the MDA government, so the scope of interventions under phase 1 were projected according to the need-based requirement and 191 lower primary school, 7 upper primary school, and 10 higher secondary schools were upgraded and is various stage of completion. Under phase 2, 100 government lower primary school and 11 numbers of government secondary and higher secondary school were upgraded. All schools with the most decrepit condition were included for upgradation during phase 1 and phase 2. The government has decided to move to the next phase, which entails the repair of schools. Out of 2,558 government LP schools in the state that were assessed, 1,885 schools were selected for improvement under phase 1, 2, and 3 collectively. Within the current phase 3, sir, 1,725 schools are being proposed for improvement. Sir, the vocational education of the state of Meghalaya have implemented and introduced vocational education in secondary level in the year 2017 through Samagra Shiksha in collaboration with EMBOS. The vocational education is taken up as an additional subject at secondary and elective at higher secondary level. In 2022 and 23, the total number of government schools under the vocational education is 145 numbers of schools with more than 3,000 number of students. Sir, under Pradhan Mantri Posan Shakti Nirmal, PM Posan, previously known as Mid-Day Meal program in the state, the number of school cover under PM Posan scheme during 2021 to 22 was 11,788, and the number of children's cover was 5,80,479. The state government has enhanced the honorarium of 18,483 cook come helper from, I think this is what an exact point that has been raised by honorable member, 18,483 cook come helper from 1,000 per month to 2,000 per month to all the cooks and helper under PM Pusant program. The state government, through various schemes, including centrally sponsored scheme, and the state scheme have been marked difference to improve the access, equity, and equality in higher education in Meghalaya. The state government, under the CSS, RUSA, have improved access to new professional college at the rate of 2 crore each, namely the Shillong Government College of Engineering and the College of Architecture and Urban Planning, Tura. That's the state has also initiated 2 new model degree college at the rate 12 crore each, set up in Patharkuma, Rivoy, which is a special district, and Rongjeng, East Garo Hills, as an unreserved district under the identified by ETIO of Northeast and Himalayan region. In addition, the upgradation of 3 existing colleges to model degree college at the rate 4 crore each in order to provide multidisciplinary undergraduate degree program. 1 Medifodder College, 2 Singam College, 3 Nongtalang College. That's under the infrastructure development grants. The state has further granted to 15 colleges under RUSA 1 and 11 colleges under RUSA 2 at the rate 2 crore each to mitigate and improve access via construction of new buildings and renovation of existing facilities and procurement of essential items such as furniture and IT and lab equipment and alike in RUSA beneficiary institution, especially in rural areas, have improved and uplifted the learning experience and in the beneficiary institution. So, under the National Education Policy 2020, the state government and the education department has constituted a core group and has initiated various tasks as identified by the Minister of Education. A tracker was prepared and shared by the Minister of Education for monitoring and implementation of NEP across the state. That's it may be termed as one of the major decisions taken by the government in Meghalaya. The State Cabinet approved the State Education Policy 2018 on 21st September 2018. A decision taken after months of consultation and discussion with stakeholders. So, the development of curriculum and syllabus in collaboration with NCERT, New Delhi, has started the process of development of state curriculum framework in line with the National Education Policy 2020. 25 focus group on 25 identified areas has been constituted. 3 steering committee has also been notified, one of school education and early childhood care and education, and one each for teachers education and adult education. On the major step taken by the state government, sir, it is to constitute the State Education Commission, which will have a functional structure consisting of core members who are expert in the field, including reputed and experienced academicians, an expert from management and educational planning. The fundamental objective of the Education Commission shall be to advise and recommend the government of Meghalaya on the matter relating to the school system, salary and school structure, school management, functioning and accountability. To proceed to produce concrete solution and strategic recommendation for ushering reform in the school system from the perspective of NEP 2020 and fulfilling its various principles and articulation. Sir, the Department of Education is making huge investment despite shortfall, especially in development aspect of education. I may price this August house that the salary component is a huge chunk of salary in the budget and left with little resources for development works. Therefore, it is pertinent that the budget allocated of 23-24 is written for the welfare of education as a whole. Sir Speaker, as we look at the education scenario of our state, in fact, we are second to none, but there is always room for the improvement. We understand the environment. We understand the gravity of problems with our teachers, with our students, with our community. But sir, I think, though it's a huge challenge, but if all honorable members, if all our stakeholders, along with the government, solve the responsibility together, I think the milestone, the bridge can be crossed. Sir, with the quality of education, we have to give the confidence in the minds of our students from our state, so that when they come out of the state, they are well prepared and they are well equipped to face any kind of challenges. Sir, education is directly connected with all sectors, be it developmental purpose, be it Swachh Bharat, be it militancy. So, if we go back to the history, we are no different from the animals. But this education has made us different today. So in a society, any government, any community, having the well-educated people, so we see difference in that society. Because the education is a sector which binds everybody together, which makes understands. So to be frank, Meghalaya, specifically Garo Hills, was undergone a gravity of militancy problems in last 20-30 years. So it is directly connected to the education. There was one of my brothers who was in a dreaded GNLA team. That guy was once met me with all the arms. They just come to my house, residents. So I know that guy. That's the same guy who was along with us in our hostel. But that particular guy was never attended the school. He always ran away. He was a very naughty guy. So since that guy wasn't educated well, he went to the jungle to carry the arms, to create problems in the society. So this education is a factor that connects to every sector. So why I'm saying this? The last MDA1 government, sir, under the able and vision leadership of the Honorable Chief Minister and our former Education Minister, so series of issues has been addressed. There was a scarcity of school building. Hundreds of school building has been renovated and upgraded. Number of people scholars has been established. So we see the focus and the serious and the commitment of the government during MDA1. So, during MDA1, the department focused only on the government schools. But there are hundreds of non-government schools, be it private, be it SSA. So there are hundreds of schools having a dilapidated school building conditions. So as a responsible leaders, would like to make points on this, Mr. Speaker, sir. As a responsible leaders in the society, would like to appeal to all the honorable MLAs of this August House. Why not we go back and see what's the condition of our schools in our respective constituency? So, in last 5 years, I have received 2.5 crore in a year as a WP scheme. I could able to give funds at least 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs each to almost more than 25 number of SSS schools and the government school for repairing. Apart from the departmental sanction for upgradation, renovation of certain government schools. Yes, sir, there may be number of schools in your respective constituencies, sir. So we will come up with the documents having all details of every schools, every SSS school, every government school of your respective constituency. Yes, it's a government endeavor to do the intervention, but due to limited constraint of the fund, we may not able to do all renovation at once go. Therefore, sir, as a department today, sir, we will be happy to send all this list to all the honorable 60 MLAs of this August House. Yes, you may have 50 numbers of schools that has to be delivered, that is delivered condition. But from if you are really concerned for the education, to your society, to your children, we will be happy if you could kindly intervene from your SRWP scheme. At least 2 lakhs each for each school, just for basic renovation. That can be done, sir. Therefore, we will send all the lists to all the MLAs, to honorable MLAs. So we will test how serious our MLAs is for education. And the testimony will be displayed, not only to raise on the August House, sir, we should also have action from our end too. Testimony will speak, not only the sound in the assembly, sir. Therefore, sir, if everybody solves it together, it's not the big thing to solve this education scenario, sir. And also, sir, the whole idea, the concept of this education scenario in the state is to produce our children so that they will be the pillar of our nation, of our society tomorrow. So the quality education is what we have to concentrate now, sir.
Honourable Member, you may resume your seat, please. It is now 1 p.m. Voting on demand for grant is now closed. The remaining demands for grants will be disposed of by applying sub-rule 3 of Rule 144 of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business in the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly, that is, demand numbers 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 64, 65 do stand guillotined. I will now put the question before the House. The question is that the demand numbers 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 64 and 65 be passed. Those who are for the motion say aye. Those who are against say no. The ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is carried and demand numbers 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 64 and 65 are passed by the House. Now we come to item number 5. Let me read out a message from the Governor. 24th March 2023. Order, in exercise of the powers conferred by Clause 1 of Article 207 of the Constitution of India, I, Sri Phagu Chauhan, Governor of Meghalaya, hereby recommend to the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly the introduction of the Meghalaya Appropriation Number 2 Bill 2023, signed Phagu Chauhan. Sri Cornet K. Sangma, Chief Minister in Charge, Finance, to beg leave to introduce the Meghalaya Appropriation Number 2 Bill 2023. Chief Minister, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg leave to introduce the Meghalaya Appropriation Number 2 Bill 2023.
Motion moved. Let me put the question before the House. The question is that leave be granted to introduce the Meghalaya Appropriation Number 2 Bill 2023. Those who are in favor say aye. Aye. Those who are against say no. The ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is carried and leave to introduce the bill is granted. Chief Minister to introduce the bill, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I introduce the bill.
The Commissioner and Secretary to read out the title of the bill.
The Meghalaya Appropriation Number 2 Bill 2023 is introduced.
Now we come to item number 6. Sri Preston Tunchong, Deputy Chief Minister in Charge, Parliamentary Affairs, to move, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the second proviso to sub-rule C of Rule 72 of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business in its application to Meghalaya Appropriation Number 2 Bill 2023 be suspended for the time being, insofar as the rule requires circulation of the bill 4 days in advance before the motion for consideration may be moved.
Motion moved. Let me put the question before the House. The question is that the motion for suspension of Rule 72C of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business moved by the Deputy Chief Minister in Charge, Parliamentary Affairs, be adopted. Those who are for the motion say aye.
Aye.
Those who are against say no. The ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is carried and the motion for suspension of Rule 72C of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business is adopted. Now we move on to item number 7. Let me read out the message from the Governor. Dated 24th March 2023, order. In exercise of the powers conferred by Clause 3 of the Article 207 of the Constitution of India, I, Sri Pagu Chauhan, Governor of Meghalaya, hereby recommend to the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly the consideration of the Meghalaya Appropriation Number 2 Bill 2023, signed Pagu Chauhan. Sri Conrad K. Sangma, Chief Minister, in charge Finance, to move that the Meghalaya Appropriation Number 2 Bill 2023 be taken into consideration. Chief Minister, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the Meghalaya Appropriation Number 2 Bill 2023 be taken into consideration.
Motion moved. I will now put a question before the House. The question is that the bill be taken into consideration. Those who are in favor say aye. Aye. Those who are against say no. The ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is carried. For consideration is adopted. Now we come to item number 8. Sri Conrad K. Sangma, Chief Minister in charge, Finance, to move that the Meghalaya Appropriation Number 2 Bill 2023 be passed. Chief Minister, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the Meghalaya Appropriation Number 2 Bill 2023 be passed.
Motion moved. Now let me put the question before the House. The question is that the Meghalaya Appropriation Number 2 Bill be passed. Those who are for the motion say aye. Aye. Those who are against say no. The ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is carried and the Meghalaya Appropriation Number 2 Bill is passed. Now we come to item number 9. Sri Abu Tahir Mundal, Minister in charge, Registration, Taxation, to move that the Meghalaya Regulation of Gaming Repeal Bill 2023 be taken into consideration. Minister, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that Meghalaya Regulation of Gaming Repeal Bill 2023 be taken into consideration.
Motion moved. Now I will put the question before the House. The question is that bill be taken into consideration. Those who are in favor say aye. Those who are against say no. The ayes have it, the ayes have it, and the motion for consideration is adopted. Now, an amendment has been received to this bill tabled by Sri Arden Miller Basomoit MLA. Sri Arden Basomoit, you may move the amendment.
So, I beg to move that the amendment to the proposed Meghalaya Regulation of Gaming Repeal Bill 2023, deleting of Clause 3, saving clause.
Yes, you may initiate the discussion.
Sir, at the outset, I would like to thank the Honorable Minister for bringing this repealing bill of this Meghalaya Regulation of Gaming Act passed by this August House. Sir, I would like to express that if this repealing bill is passed with inclusion of this saving clause, will defeat the very purpose of the bill itself, sir. So it seems that this bill with inclusion of this para 3, sir, saving clause, is only to hoodwink the people, because there has been protests from different quarters of the state against this act brought by the government. So, sir, we are made to understand that applicants for licenses have already been issued. Provisional licenses have already been issued to 3 persons. So if this saving clause is included, that means what will be the fate of those licensees? Because the clause reads like this, sir: the repeal of the Meghalaya Regulation of Gaming Act 2021 and the Meghalaya Regulation of Gaming Repeal Ordinance 2022 by Section 2 shall not revive anything not enforced or existing at the time of such repeal, or B, affect the previous operation of the repealed act, rules framed thereunder, orders, or anything duly done or suffered thereunder, C. Affect any rights, privilege, obligation, or liability acquired, accrued, or incurred on the Repeal Act or orders under such Repeal Act. Or D. Affect any license fee or any sum of money or fee by whatever name called, realized by government or persons duly appointed by government in respect of anything done under the provision of the Repeal Act. Or E. Affect any investigation, inquiry, adjudication, or any other legal proceedings initiated, completed, and orders passed under the Repeal Act instituted before such repeal. So I feel that, sir, it should have come in the Meghalaya prevention of gambling. That means we ban completely. It has to be retrospective. But including this saving clause, sir, create a doubt in the mind of the people. What will be the fate of those licensee who have been received a provisional license, sir? That is my contention, sir. Which is why I bring this amendment to delete the entire, repeal the entire bill, sir, completely, sir, without including this saving clause.
Minister in charge to reply, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, at the outset, let me express my gratitude to the Honorable Member from Nongkrem, Barden, Bashamat, for bringing this amendment and thereby giving us a chance to clear the doubts. Sir, the intention of the government to enact Meghalaya Regulation Gaming Act 2021 has been explained in the August House when the discussion on the bill was introduced in the budget session of 2021. And I don't think those things we need to be discussing in this session. Then after the said bill was enacted by the legislature and the act was published in March 2021, the rules were similarly published in the Gazette of Meghalaya in December 2021. With the publication of the rules, the implementation of the provisions of the Act and the rules was started in the right order that time. But in the meantime, the government has gone about the various aspects of the game, keeping in mind the welfare of the people of the state. And thinking on that, the government has decided that better to repeal this act because the demands were coming from various quarters, and government also sees with the problem that will be faced by the people of the state. And accordingly, the department has carried out several activities in order to implement the provision of the act and rules framed thereunder earlier. And all these were carried out as per the act to see the tendering and all these things, then expression of interest. And some people, they have put their interest for license. Around 8 people have been applied for the license, out of which 3 were granted, and ultimately 2 have submitted their bank guarantees. Sir, I would like to say in this house that the term of their licenses, the provisional licenses, has already expired, and one of the licensee had already withdrawn his bank guarantee also. So there is nothing like that. They will come back and will again ask for the license and all these things. The another person is there, his licenses, provisional licenses already have been expired, and he has not yet shown interest to withdraw the bank grant. Maybe he will be withdrawing very soon, or we will be asking him to withdraw his bank grant. Sir, after due deliberation, the government has taken a step to repeal this act. Since the House was not in session, the Meghalaya Regulation of Gaming Repeal Ordinance 2022 was promulgated by the Governor of Meghalaya on the 31st December 2022 and published in the Gazette on 3rd January 2023 to repeal the Gaming Act. Now that the House is in session, the ordinance promulgated by the Governor has to lay before the Assembly in the form of a bill as required under Article 213, Clause 2, Subclause A of the Constitution of India. Therefore, it is proposed to replace the above said ordinance by a bill, namely the Meghalaya Regulation of Gaming Repeal Bill 2023. Sir, as a matter of abundant precaution, this clause which we have introduced, the saving clauses, this is as a matter of abundant precaution, as it is necessary that saving provision is provided in the repeal bill to prevent any future challenge to the actions taken by the government and the officials while carrying out the activities necessary for implementation of the Act and the rules. We consulted Law Department also regarding this, and the clause 3 provides for savings of the Meghalaya Regulation of Gaming Act 2021. The purpose of saving clause in this legislation is to protect and safeguard all the rights, action previously taken, any order or direction issued under the repeal provision of the Meghalaya Regulation of Gaming Act 2021 and Meghalaya Regulation of Gaming Rules 2021. The saving clause of Meghalaya Regulation Gaming Repeal Bill 2023 is proposed in terms of Section 6 of the General Clauses Act 1897 and also is a valid legislative exercise by the government based on the policy consideration. Therefore, the savings clause found in the proposed bill is necessary to be retained and may not be deleted. Sir, having said that, I think there won't be any problem as mentioned by the Honorable Member from Millen. So, now I will request the Honorable Member to kindly withdraw the amendment to the bill. Thank you, sir.
Now, will the mover withdraw the amendment?
Sir, Sir, I would like to thank the Honorable Minister for having clarified and removed the doubts that are there in the minds of the people, including the members of this August House. Sir, since we are afraid that maybe these people who have been issued with this provisional license will be able to validate the license. So since there is no such scope, I do hereby withdraw my amendment, sir.
Okay. I just mentioned him as member of Millen, sorry. I stand corrected.
It's okay, no problem.
Okay. Honorable member from Nongkrim.
Okay. Since the mover has withdrawn his amendment, now let me put the question before the House. The question is that the amendment brought to this bill be withdrawn. Those who are in favor say aye. Aye. Those who are against say no. The ayes have it, the ayes have it, and the amendment to the bill stands withdrawn. Now, I will put the question before the House. The question is that the bill be taken into consideration. Those who are in favor say aye. Aye. Those who are against say no. The ayes have it, the ayes have it, and the motion is adopted. Now we come to item number 10. Sri Abu Tahir Mandal, Minister in Charge Taxation, to move that the Meghalaya Regulation of Gaming Repeal Bill 2023 be passed. Minister, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the Meghalaya Regulation of Gaming Repeal Bill 2023 be passed.
Motion moved. Now let me put the question before the House. The question is that Meghalaya Regulation of Gaming Repeal Bill 2023 be passed. Those who are in favor for the motion say aye. Aye. Those who are against say no. The ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is carried and the Meghalaya Regulation of Gaming Bill is passed. Now we come to item number 11. Sri Rakam S. Sangma, Minister in Charge Education, to move that the Captain Williamson Sangma Technical University Amendment Bill 2023 be taken into consideration. Minister in Charge, please.
Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the Captain Williamson Technical University Amendment Bill 2023 be taken into consideration.
Motion moved. I will now put the question before the House. The question is that the bill be taken into consideration. Those who are in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those who are against say no. The ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion for consideration is adopted. Now we come to item number 12. Sri Rakame Sangma, Minister in charge Education, to move that the Captain Williamson Sangma Technical University Amendment Bill 2023 be passed. Minister, please.
Speaker, sir, I beg to move that the Captain Williamson Sangma Technical University Amendment Bill 2023 be passed.
Motion moved. Now let me put the question before the House. The question is that the Captain Williamson Sangma Technical University Amendment Bill 2023 be passed. Those who are for the motion say aye. Aye. Those who are against say no. The ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is carried and the Captain Williamson Sangma Technical University Amendment Bill 2023 is passed. Now we come to item number 13. Sri Conrad K. Sangma, Chief Minister in charge, personal to lay the 15th annual report of the Meghalaya State Information Commission for the year 2020. Minister, please. Chief Minister, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to lay the 15th annual report of the Meghalaya State Information Commission for the year 2020.
Sri Conrad K. Sangma, Chief Minister in charge, Finance, to lay the following. Number 1, statement showing quarterly trends and review of receipts, expenditure of the state in accordance with Section 9, Subsection 1 of the Meghalaya Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act 2006. Number 2, appropriation accounts 2021-22. Number 3, finance accounts volume 1 and 2 of 2021-22. Number 4, the annual technical inspection report on urban local bodies for the year ended 31st March 2017. Number 5, the annual technical inspection report on urban local bodies for the year ended 31st March 2018. Chief Minister, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to lay the following. Number 1, statement showing quarterly trends and review of receipts, expenditure of the state in accordance with Section 9(1) of the Meghalaya Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act 2006. Number 2, appropriation accounts 2021-2022. Number 3, finance accounts volume 1 and 2 of 2021-2022. Number 4, the annual technical inspection report on urban local bodies for the year ended 31st March 2017. Number 5, the annual technical inspection report on urban local bodies for the year ended 31st March 2018.
Now, before we take up item number 15, let us take up the addendum to the list of business. Chief Minister to lay the State Finances Audit Report of the Comptroller and Auditor General of India for the year ended 31st March 2022. Report number 1 of 2023. Chief Minister, please.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I beg to lay the State Finances Audit Report of the Comptroller and Auditor General of India for the year ended 31st March 2022, report number 1 of 2023.
Now we come to item number 15, election to financial committees. Announcement of, I am to inform the House that in pursuance of Rule 42(1) of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business of Meghalaya Legislative Assembly, the following 10 members have been declared elected to constitute the Committee on Public Accounts. Sri Saleng A. Sangma, MLA, Dr. Mukul Sangma, MLA, Sri Gavin Miguel Milliam, MLA, Sri Ian Botham K. Sangma, MLA, Sri Sengcham N. Sangma, MLA, Sri Jimmy D. Sangma, MLA, Sri Rupert Moman, MLA, Sri Arden M. Basomoy, MLA, Sri Lakman Rumbui, MLA, Sri Balajit Kupar Sindrem, MLA. Since the number of candidates is equal to the number of seats to be filled up, all the 10 members are declared elected to the Committee on Public Accounts. In pursuance of the sub-rule 1 of Rules 198 of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business in Meghalaya Legislative Assembly, I appoint Sri Saleng A. Sangma as Chairman of the Committee. I am to inform the House that in pursuance of the Rule 242B Sub-Rule 1 of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business of the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly, the following 10 members have been declared elected to constitute the Committee on Public Undertakings. Sri Brenning A. Sangma, MLA, Dr. Celestine Lingdo, MLA, Sri Charles Pringrove, MLA, Sri Bantidor Lingdo, MLA, Sri Havingstone Kharpran, MLA, Sri Pius Marwin, MLA, Sri Subir Marak, MLA, Srimati Santa Mary Sheila, MLA, Sri Sanjay A. Sangma, MLA, Sri Marton J. Sangma, MLA. Since the number of candidates is equal to the number of seats to be filled up, all the 10 members are declared elected to the Committee on Public Undertakings. And in pursuance to the Sub-Rule 1 of Rules 198 of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business in Meghalaya Legislative Assembly, I appoint Sri Brenning A. Sangma as Chairman of the Committee. I am to inform that in pursuance of the Rule 244(1) of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business of Meghalaya Legislative Assembly, the following 10 members have been declared elected to constitute the Committee on Estimates. Sri Merilbon CM MLA, Sri Charles Marnar MLA, Srimati Miani D. Sira MLA, Sri Adelbert Nogrum MLA, Sri Arbinston B. Marak MLA, Sri Limison D. Sangma MLA, Sri Wailat Miki Shila MLA, Sri Damanbait Lamare MLA, Sri Remington Gabel Moman MLA, and Sri Renington Lingdo Tongkar MLA. Since the number of candidates is equal to the number of seats to be filled up, all the 10 members are declared elected to the Committee on Estimates. And in pursuance to Sub-Rule 1 of Rules 198 of the Rules of Procedure and Conduct of Business in Meghalaya Legislative Assembly, I appoint Sri Merilbon CM as Chairman of the Committee. Honorable members, the Chief Minister is hosting a lunch for honorable members in the Annex Hall immediately after the House rises for the day. I believe all of you have received the invitation card. All are requested to kindly join in the lunch. Now we come to item number 16, prorogation and adjournments sine die. Before I adjourn the House, let me read out the message of prorogation from the Governor. Dated 24th March 2023. In exercise of the powers conferred by Clause 2A of Article 174 of the Constitution of India, I, Sri Pagu Chauhan, Governor of Meghalaya, hereby prorogue the budget session of the Meghalaya Legislative Assembly at the conclusion of its sitting on 28 March 2023, signed Pagu Chauhan. Since we have come to the end of our business for the current budget session, the House stands prorogued sine die. Please stand up for the national anthem.